Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel and thank you so very much for clicking on this video. My name is Blessing. If you're new to my channel, I hope you've enjoyed all the content that you have seen so far. Here we do girl talks, vlogs, chit chats, but predominantly girl talks are my jam. I love doing girl talks. You guys love seeing them. We haven't done them in a while, but we're definitely going to get back into doing them. If you're an OG but a goodie, you already know the vibes. Thank you so much for coming back and for riding with me and sticking with me. I love you guys so very much. So today's video, I wanted to talk about something that has been on my mind for a while, and also I get a lot of questions about it. I'm sorry for the lighting, but it's raining outside and I am doing the best that I possibly can. But anyway, today's video I wanted to talk about something that has been pressing on my mind, and it's a question that I get a lot from you guys actually. And the question is, how did you get through nursing school as a single mom? So before we jump into this video, I just want to say to all of my single moms out there, I see you, I hear you, I feel you. You're appreciated, you're loved. Thank you so much for the work that you're doing as a single person, a job that is actually meant for two people. You are super strong. Thank you. Keep going. Don't give up. You will be rewarded in the end. So, going to my whole nursing school journey, for those of you that are new to my channel, I am a nurse and I am also a mom to a beautiful 4-year-old. Here on my channel, I refer to her as my miracle baby, just because of how she came into life and everything that she went through. And if that's something you're interested in, then be sure to check out my birth vlog, and then you can kind of get a little background from that. But anyway, back to the video. So my whole nursing school journey, actually the whole start of it was it just kind of happened, if I really want to be honest. Nursing was never something that I really wanted to go into. I always knew I wanted to be a social worker. I always knew I wanted to work with people, and when I was in university, social work was actually my major, and that's what I wanted to study and concentrate on. However, I got into it. I, went to orientation, did all the good stuff. I was getting ready to start, and then there was a change. The change basically came from my parents. I come from an African background, and they just felt like social work is something that I may struggle with down the road, especially being of a person of color. Certain professions are a little bit harder to get into, and they just didn't want me to, have to struggle and taking care of my daughter basically. And I'm so glad that I followed their advice and I went into the nursing path. So then I applied into nursing school. I started my journey as an LVN, which starts for licensed vocational nurse. Basically, when I first applied into the LVN program, mind you, let me rewind a little bit, give you guys a little testimony actually, and tell you guys just how God can work in mysterious ways. Okay, so I had been applying into nursing school. I was not getting accepted. Nursing is one of those professions that is extremely competitive. You could literally have all the prerequisites and still get denied for one reason or another. Like, so many people are applying into nursing school on a daily basis, so it makes it extremely competitive and difficult to get into. So I had applied to so many schools. I was not getting in. When I was taking my prerequisites, I made sure I was getting A's in all of my classes, just so that I would be, up there in the ranks and all of that. It got to the point that I started applying to schools that were far away. Like, I was no longer just applying to schools around me. I started applying to schools that were a little bit further, just because I desperately wanted to get in. And it got to the point that even my friends that I was encouraging to apply into nursing school with me, they were getting accepted and I wasn't, and that was very discouraging for me. I've applied to over like 6 different schools. I was not getting in. It was like I would be on the wait list for one, never get called, or I would just, and there was never any reason why I was not getting in. I just was not getting in, and I came to the point where I was like, okay, I'm not supposed to be in nursing. This is not what I'm supposed to do. God, what is going on? I started losing confidence and started losing faith in myself. And also, I have a child that I need to take care of. She's my responsibility. I have to now do this on my own. So that in itself was very, very, very challenging. But just as you know, God works in mysterious ways. He never works on our time, but he works on his time. For getting my acceptance letter into my LVN program, and I was ecstatic. Like, I was so excited. This was everything that I had worked for. Even though I wanted to go into the RN directly, that wasn't the case. I got into the LVN. But I was at the point where I was like, listen, I'll take it. I will take it. I will take it. I'll take it. Thank you, God. And however, though, the school that I got accepted into was 3.5 hours away from where I lived. Now, it was very chaotic. So obviously when I got accepted, I was super excited. But in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with my newborn baby? What am I going to do with my child? Who's she going to stay with? I have to drive 3 hours away just to go to school. How's this going to work? Where's my support system? What am I really going to do? So I had all these mixed emotions, but something kept pushing me. Something kept telling me, just go to the orientation, just go to orientation. I remember my friend Amani, actually, he was the one that drove me to my orientation. The devil will try to work, y'all. The day of orientation, my car decided it was not going to work. My car stopped working. The battery wasn't working. Nothing in the car was working. And I remember crying. Like, I was with my friend Amani, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to drive 3 hours. Like, what am I gonna do? Get a taxi and drive 3 hours? He was like, no, don't worry, I'm gonna take you. So Amani literally drove me 3 hours to orientation, 3 hours back. While I was at orientation, he stayed outside, waited for me the entire time. And that's how the devil will try to play with you, right? But he took me there and waited for me the entire time. And after orientation, I just told myself, I'm going to do this because I need to provide a better life for myself, but most importantly for my daughter. Like, she's now my responsibility, so I have to do this. So that's exactly what I did. So I started my LVN program in August, and it was difficult. So before I started, I needed to find someone that was going to help me take care of my daughter. So I was in school Monday through Friday, and being that it was 3 hours away, luckily I have an aunt who lives in the area where my school was. So I asked her if I could stay with her while I'm in school, which is Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, Friday right after clinicals, instead of going home, I would just drive straight to where my daughter is and spend the weekend with her. So there's this lady who, once again, was God sent. And we call her grandma. She's Ghanaian. She's an older lady, and she runs a daycare in her home. So what I ended up doing was, and Ari had already been going there since she was 3 months old. So what I ended up doing was talking to her. I was like, this is my situation. I just got into nursing school. Can you help me take care of Aria during the week? And on the weekend, I will come, I'll take her, and I'll bring her back on Sunday nights. And she was like, absolutely, you need to go to school. Go to school. This is for the better. Don't worry about Aria. Just concentrate. We got you. You're fine. And I remember just crying that night because I was just like, wow, like, I'm really about to do this, you know. So August came around the corner. First week of school, it was a Sunday. I left church. I had cooked, I had meal prepped everything for Aria. What I was doing was actually, like, I would make bulks of food. So I would make like a big container of like just white rice. I'll make another big container, fill it up with stew. I'll make another big container, fill it up with like pasta sauce, another big container of spaghetti, and just like send it with Aria. So I know, like, at least she was eating home cooked meals. And that's what I would do. And I did that every single weekend. And so I remember dropping her off on that Sunday, y'all. My child cried. My child cried. She cried. I'm crying. It was like I just could not let go. And then I remember grandma just saying, Blessing, you have to go. She will be fine. She's not going to die. You have to go. You have to go. You have to go. The longer you stay here, the harder it's going to be for her to just let go. So I remember just crying the entire ride, the entire 3 hours that I was on the road driving to my aunt's. I remember just crying. Like, I was crying hysterically. I was talking to God. I'm like, why do I have to suffer like this? Like, what is this? Why am I doing this? Is she gonna be okay? Like, am I a bad mom for leaving my child to go to school? Like, what am I doing? And I was just crying. And then the Monday came along. It was like the first day of school. I remember just sitting in the front the entire time. I was just thinking in my head, like, okay, is Aria okay? Is Aria okay? Is Aria okay? But what I want to say is that as weeks went on, it got a little bit easier. Aria got accustomed to the routine. I got accustomed to the routine. So she knew every Friday I was coming back home. And, you know, she would see me for the weekend. And then Sunday night after church, I would be taking her back. So we kind of adjusted. We kind of got a routine going. But what that did for me while I was in school was it gave me focus. It gave me purpose. Knowing that I have a child that depends on me, but not just that, my child is, I'm not only sacrificing, but my child is also sacrificing. She's sacrificing in the sense that she's away from her mother for weeks at a time, right? For days at a time. The only time she gets to see me, basically, if you want to think about it, is just one day, which is Saturday. And she's away from me for the rest of the time. So while I was in nursing school, that gave me motivation to say, you know what, Blessing, you cannot disappoint this child. You have to push through. You have to make it. Come rain, come sunshine. You have to make it. You have to pass. You have to graduate. You just got to do it. And it was really important for me to make this video. One, to share my story with you guys, because I feel like I've been on this channel, but there are certain aspects of me that you may not necessarily know yet, and that's one of them. One, I wanted to share my story with you guys, but two, I want to motivate someone out there. As a single mom, oftentimes we downplay our own strength. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you cannot do something because you now have a child. If going to school or pursuing an education is something that you're passionate about doing, please do it. You're not only doing it to better your life, but to better your kid's life, your child's life. Don't let having a child stop you from fulfilling your goals. Don't let having a child be a hindrance to you reaching your full potential. All having a child does is just, it makes it a little bit harder, but it does not make it impossible. It is not impossible to go through nursing school as a single mother. It is not impossible to be successful in nursing school as a single mother. I did it, you can do it. It's going to be difficult, it's going to be challenging, because nursing school is so demanding. It takes a lot of you, and it requires you to, you know, kind of withdraw yourself from the rest of the world, because it's just so demanding. You know, you're not gonna have time for family, you're not gonna have time for friends, you're not gonna have time for certain things. But however, just keep the bigger picture in mind, and the bigger picture is, I am doing this to better my life and to provide a stable life for my child. And trust me, that will be enough fuel to keep you going. That was what kept me pushing all those weeks that I would come back crying that I'm having to leave my child behind. That was what kept me going, because so many times I would come back, you know, on Friday nights crying, or Sunday nights before it was time for me to go, I'd be hysterical crying that I'm having to leave my child. But knowing that I was going to school to fulfill a purpose and to do something to better our lives kept me going, kept me motivated, kept me locked in. So I want that for you guys out there. If you're a single mom and you're thinking you want a career change, you want to go back to school, you want to do certain things, but you don't know how you're going to do it, I want to first say that God works in mysterious ways. You may not know how you're going to do it right now, but trust me, the fact that you even have that idea in your head, God will surely show you a way. So do not be defeated. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You know, leaving your child for someone to help you while you're in school is not a bad thing, does not make you a bad mom. as long as you're doing it for your child, because ultimately you're doing it for your child, right? So it does not make you a bad mom. It does not make you a bad person. It is okay to make certain sacrifices. That is just what we have to do, is make sacrifices to be able to provide a better life for our children. When I graduated from my LVN school, it was by far the most humbling experience for me. It wasn't like I just graduated. I and Arya graduated together. I remember just getting on my knees and just thanking everyone that helped me, grandma especially, thanking her for, you know, being a God-sent angel into my life, thanking my daughter for, you know, being such a good baby and allowing me to go to school, you know, the entire time. By the grace of God, Arya never felt sick, she never felt ill, so I was able to concentrate in school knowing that she was fine and she was taken care of. So me coming here today is to, like I said, to motivate someone out there, because being a single mom is hard. You're doing a job that is meant for 2 people, and all you want to do is to just be able to provide a stable life for your child. So I just wanted to come on here and motivate someone through my story and tell you that it is absolutely possible to go to nursing school as a single mom. Do not let anybody fool you or tell you otherwise. Is it going to be challenging? Yes. Are you going to cry? Yes. Are you going to be worried? Yes. Are you going to have sleepless nights? Yes. Are you going to want to feel like screaming? Yes. Are you going to feel like crap, like you're the worst mom on earth for leaving your kid? Yes, you will. But ultimately, when you graduate and when you make it and you start making that money, honey, okay, and you're now able to take care of your child without being worried if am I going to have enough for rent, or am I going to have enough for my car note, without having to worry about extra expenses, you're going to feel so good about yourself. By the grace of God, I am in a position today where I am able to not just take care of myself, but take care of my daughter, and it was through that sacrifice. So you've already made the ultimate sacrifice, which is doing a job that is meant for 2 people. So why not do something that can better you and better your life and better the life of your children or of your child? So I just wanted to come on here real quick and share with you guys my testimony, share with you guys my story of how I got into nursing school basically, and some of the struggles that I've had to face. If you guys like this video, be sure to thumbs up. Drop down your comments below. Just tell me something. Tell me what it is that you're trying to pursue. Are you a single mom? What are some struggles that you've had to face as a single mom? If you guys are interested in more nursing videos, I'm definitely going to keep them coming, because I realize I've been on YouTube and there's so many videos, like tips on how to be successful in nursing school, things that I wish I knew while I was in nursing school, before I got into nursing school. Videos like that, I'm definitely going to keep them coming. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know below. To all my single moms, this one is for you. I just wanted to come here and encourage you and uplift you and tell you that nothing is impossible. Being a single mom does not mean that your world stops. Being a single mom does not mean that you cannot live your full life, your full potential. Being a single mom does not mean that you cannot make the best out of yourself. So go out there. It's going to be hard, it's going to be difficult, but like I said, never be afraid to ask for help from family members, from people in church. Never be afraid to ask for help. It takes a village to raise a child, and if I could do it, if I could go through nursing school, you too can do it. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for your endless support. I am extremely humbled. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for accepting me. Thank you for watching my videos, for clicking every single time. I love you guys so very much. Stay strong, stay blessed, and be beautiful. Bye.